Genesis 24, 6 through 9. Abraham said, "Oh no, never, by no means are you to take my son back there." So he's referring back to the land of the Chaldeans, this area, which is where his wife would be from. But Isaac would never leave the promised land. I mean, it's never recorded in Scripture. He stays there during the time of famine. Or does he leave? He may leave once. No, he doesn't leave that area. Remember, Abraham and Jacob and all these all went to Egypt at one point. Isaac never left. And so he never went away from God's promise, which, in a way, Egypt was part of God's promise for them to go into that, but Isaac never had purpose to go outside Israel, outside that area. Got back there. God, the God of heaven, took me from the home of my father and from the country of my birth, spoke to me in a solemn promise. I am giving this land to your descendants. This God will send his angel ahead of you and get a wife for my son. So he's saying God's going to make provision. God's going to see it out. You don't have to take him there. God's going to take care of this. And this is a very good idea to have in our life, knowing that God's going to take care of it. It was essential that Isaac would have a wife so his line would be continued. And if the woman won't come, you are free from this oath you've sworn to me. But under no circumstances are you to take my son back there. So, Isaac, it's interesting because Isaac's the only patriarch not to have more than one wife. Not to have concubines or servant wives or any of this. Isaac just had the wife that was the servant found for him. So the servant put his hand under the thigh of the master Abraham and gave a solemn oath. So he's making this promise mainly because he ain't gonna take Isaac back there. Not that he's gonna try to find him a wife, because the promise is mainly that he ain't gonna take him back to the land of the Chaldeans, which would leave. He would have to find a Canaanite wife, or God would be trusted to bring him one there. At this point, Abraham's just solely showing faith, and he's telling his servant, well, if God don't answer it here, you're free for your bond. And Abraham's thinking, well, God will provide him a wife another way, a suitable wife. We, as Christians who are single, are to trust God with that. If that be his will. We also need to be accepting that it may not be. So we just gotta have faith and keep serving him.